Hey, I'm excited. I'm always a little nervous at the intro part, so we're gonna see. We always got to cut a little something out. All right, welcome back to another episode of Believe Nothing. I am your beautiful host, Mel B,
And I am Big Dime.
and we have a special guest in the building today. Now, better known as Sick, known as an outstanding athlete with a huge portfolio starting with high school basketball. Oh baby, I tried to get all I could get. You were named News Gleaner Player of the Year back in high school, holding the all-time record for most points scored in 4 years. Your college career was at Central Florida Community College, Labette, Temple, and Newman University, where you were Player of the Year, First Team All-American, third leading scorer in the NCAA Division II women's basketball. Your football career started in the WFA with the Philadelphia Firebirds, and then you played for the Philadelphia Phantoms, in which you were a three-time All-American, 27 and 2022 U.S. Women's National Football Team gold medalist. You also played for the Boston Renegades in 2019 at wide receiver, Texas Elite Spartans in 2021 at wide receiver, and then this current season at QB. Sick is the owner of the Sic Bowl Youth All-Star event, head coach of Jack Boys, which are two-time national championships in 2022 and 2023. And then upcoming, we got West Philly Panthers coming in the fall of 2024, 13U. I hope I did all right, friend.
Not at all.
That
Some of
resume
that stuff I
long.
don't even remember, but you got it.
The resume was resume, friend. The resume was resume. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. You're a little pixel on my end. You got your Wi-Fi on, friend?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. So this the app. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. But I wanted to do you justice. You have a superior rap sheet as an athlete, and that's the beautiful thing that we see. Um, so let's talk about your football career. I think I met you back 2017, 2018 when you were playing with the Philly Phantoms. But talk
Right.
to me about that. Like, how did that start for you? What made you start it? Like, just talk to us.
I've been playing football since a kid, so I was always on the hunt trying to figure out if there was like a women's league somewhere. And I think the first time I heard of a league, I was just about to enter college or getting out of it. And I remember emailing the owner and she was like, "Yeah, we're not playing this year." I think they were called like the Philadelphia Bells at the time. So after that, like a few years, I just gave up. A few years went by, and then I heard about another team that was coming back, the Firebirds, and that's where I
Mm-hmm.
started. I went to a tryout with one of my good friends, Angie, that play at Houston right now. I went to a tryout with her.
Okay, Angie
It was-
Patton.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. I was looking through and I was like, dang, I didn't know you had this long of a football spanning career. And with that, you went from basketball, your career was playing at number four. Um, and then it transitioned into number one, and then just this season zero. Talk to me about the number changes.
So I've always been number one since high school. So I wore number one in high school. When
Okay.
it was time for me to go to college, I believe I wore number one at my junior college. Then when it came time to commit to Temple, it was just kind of a like, it was one of those things where, back then it was just like, "Do you got my number? I'll come commit to you." And the coach said, "Yeah."
Exactly.
The coach said,
Exactly.
"Yeah," but she wasn't I think she had forgot that they had a kid that like redshirted that year, and it was
Mhm.
actually her number. So it was just like a back and forth thing about who was gonna get number one. Um, and then she was like, "Well, you could get number four," and I'm like, I think at the time that was Candace Dupree. And she was just like an All American for Temple. They retired. They ended up retiring her jersey, but I was just like, I really don't want to take on that pressure of wearing number four. Like that's a lot, big shoes to
It was
fill.
a lot
So
of shoes to fill, yeah.
yeah, so that's how it ended up. I wanted a single digit. I feel like single digit numbers actually meant something back then.
Hmm.
So I didn't care what number I got. I just wanted to be a single digit, and that's how I ended up transitioning to four.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's dope. I think we got similar stories. I think I started out the same way. So I understand like back in that time it was like if you got my number, I'm coming cuz I don't want to change my number.
Right, that's their motto at Temple. It's like it's called like single digit tough. So I ain't want to be that
Mm.
person with number 22, and no offense to nobody. I ain't want to be that person 17, 33. I wanted the single digit because I felt like that I was one of those big time players. So I,
Exactly. Single
yeah,
digit tough. No cap.
I like that.
I do. I love that actually. We're gonna get to the bottom. So I know you're coaching now, and you're coaching youth boys.
right.
So how did you start coaching? Like, what made you coach football for boys?
Um, Coming back from the Team USA first in 2017, one of my old coaches hit me up and was like, "Yeah, it's time. It's about time you give back to the youth." I didn't really know anything about youth boys football at the time, like besides from when I played. And I was like, all right, I'll come check it out. So I got stuck with like the group. Of course, they stick you with like the younger kids that nobody wants. So I got stuck with like the 5 and 6 year olds, and then
Oh
since
gosh.
then, that's been that's where I started, and now those same kids are like 13 now. So I'm kind of finishing.
Yeah. I love that. And then the fact that it's a male dominated field and you are
Yeah,
actually able to kind of like stand your ground, be like, I'm here and I'm
yeah.
winning championships. Like, talk to me about the ups and downs of that. Like, is it positives to being in a male dominated field, negatives? Because we face it every day playing as women.
For the most part, I would say at the beginning, I got a lot of respect at the beginning just because like nobody wanted the younger kids and what I was doing for them, and actually how my Sic Bowl youth event got started. I was coaching the 5 and 6 year olds, and at that time, like the older age ages got to go to like what's called nationals, or they
Mm-hmm.
got to do like a postseason tournament. So here I am. I'm like, my kid's good too. Can we go to this postseason tournament? And it got
Right.
shut down, and that just didn't sit right with me because they worked hard all year. They went. We was traveling everywhere, playing everybody. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create my own event for them to make them have a postseason tournament, so they ain't gotta just be sitting around, feeling like their season got to come to an end 2 months before everybody else. So I created the event, and then just since then, it went up, and that's how I started getting my name out there, especially in the coaching world. It's just like,
Right.
wow, you run this event, like you're a female, you put this all together like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started building from there, and yeah, that's
The
pretty much
amazing
it.
women in beautiful
Yeah,
places. Like we found solutions. It was like, no, we're not gonna do that. Then our boys gotta just wait on the older kids. No, they deserve their time too.
right.
That's
Yep.
dope. That's amazing. Like I love when women are able to step in these fields and show who we are and be dominant.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really dope. And then you got two championships in 22 and 23. So what's the future for coaching look like for you? Are we going to
Um.
stay youth? Are we thinking about maybe high school, collegiate level?
So I do coach high school. So I've actually coached at Northeast High School for 3 seasons. Last year was my first year joining the new high school, New Magaretti High School. Um, I'm with them again for the second time this year, and then I just picked. This is also my second year. We just started girls flag here, so I coach girls
Nice.
flag at Sankofa. So I'm like nonstop busy just coaching. Like I love coaching. I don't know if I see myself going to like the collegiate level.
Mhm.
I'm content with like helping the youth,
Yeah.
building them up. So
No, we need powerful, strong coaching in women in every level. So I think that'll be dope. Of course, the people will probably push you to do college, maybe NFL,
right.
because we got women in the league that have
Yeah.
done like different things. But it's awesome that, like you say, you keep saying you're giving back to the youth. I think
Mhm.
that's a beautiful thing. Um, and best of luck to you on your coaching journey because I used to coach too, and that's a full year worth of work.
Yes.
It's unpaid time they don't see. It's,
Yes.
you're people's counselors, you're their second mom, you're their best friend. So I know what you got to deal with on a day to day is massive. So it's
Yes.
it's absolutely commendable. So as far as your goals, so you said that's all day. we're coaching. So are your goals to kind of stay in a more athletic field of football and kind of coaching and camps and things like that? Or do we have different goals that we're tapping into?
Right now it's just coaching youth football. I advocate for a lot of stuff in my city, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
like trying to start uh like women's leagues here or just trying to start the flag. Like nobody was doing flag here, and me introducing it at 3 years old. Like I say, I tell parents all the time, if your child could walk, they could play. Like
They can play.
trying to get
Yeah.
them their first experience at the game. They're always got to sit around and watch their big brothers, big sisters play. So just like doing little stuff like that, where it feels like everyone can be involved and get their first taste at just sports. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mainly my goal, to just continue doing stuff like that, opening up different avenues that I didn't get as a kid. So
Okay. All right, so let's talk. So we talked career and how you started. We talked youth and you giving back. Let's talk about this season. So, well, not even just this season. I saw. So you started playing, like I said, with the Firebirds, Phantoms. You played with Boston Renegades and Texas Elite Spartans. Did we have like gap years in between those times?
yes,
Yeah.
so like that's around the time like I was all coaching still at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to cheat anything. So at that time I had decided right after, I think it was like COVID year, it was at 2021 or something like that. Right after COVID year, after Texas, I had decided like I wanted to be full time with coaching because it was just a lot. I was going from the high school season, basically like June-ish when our first workout started, June to
Mm-hmm.
like ending in November-ish, something like that. So
Yeah.
then you got on top of that, 7-on-7 started being the big thing. So you got your kids begging you to play 7-on-7. So you go right into 7-on-7 season. And then the women's season was happening like in the spring. And it's just like, I don't know when the switch happened, but you have the kids get no breaks now. They go from like fall football
Yeah.
to spring football to 7-on-7. It's just like they wanted to be included in a lot. I was known for just taking my team like all across the world, so I didn't mind. But it was like I couldn't, when I joined high school, and that was normally my break.
Yeah.
It just became like a lot. So I was just like, I can't do it. But I gave that 3 straight years of just doing stuff for everybody else. And I was like, I'm excited to come back and play this year. I'm not
Yeah.
going to coach in the spring. My kids, I was telling, it's hard, but I'm like, y'all guys on y'all own for the spring. You can go play for
Yeah.
here, there. It's not going to bother me, but I got to do something that I want to do for myself for once. Like, so that's how I took a break. And then that was my whole thing with coming back this year,
We're
just
coming
trying to
back.
do something for me. Yeah.
So, okay, when did you start playing quarterback? Because I know you came back as quarterback this season. I know you've been wide receiver. I think you've played a little, probably defense as well.
Right.
But when did the quarterback start?
So I played quarterback with the Phantoms, but like that was a team where we
I
had
thought so,
so
low
many.
key. I
Yeah,
thought so,
we
low
had
key.
so many athletes. Yeah, we had our battles when we was
Yeah.
at
Oh no,
Richmond.
y'all was whooping our ass then. I ain't gonna catch that, friend. I don't do
We
no
had our
line,
battles when
friend.
you was at Richmond, but it was just like that was a team where we had so many athletes. I didn't care where I got put. I wanted to be on the field.
Yeah.
So sometimes they would put me at quarterback, then they would put my teammate T Creech at quarterback. It was just whatever the coaches wanted to do at the time. I was down with
That
that.
you
I would
exactly.
say that like I'm an athlete that could play all skill positions. It was
Mm-hmm.
just the fact that I could play quarterback as well was the
Yeah.
like icing on the cake for like certain coaches. So
Yeah.
normally you
Absolutely.
don't see
Definitely.
like a big quarterback like that. So I mean
Yeah.
nowadays you do, but back then you really didn't see it too much.
And
So
even now with women, not so much. Like you are truly a well-rounded athlete. I've seen you play
mhm.
multiple positions in a game and be that girl in those positions. So I'm pretty sure these coaches are like quarterback.
Yeah.
So I know they ate that up. And so since the word retirement has been buzzing around a lot, right? We knew
Mhm.
that Bushman was retiring along with some other people. Um, and then they were bringing you in at quarterback. So I'm like, okay, they came in, brought some big guns.
Right.
Um, So I know like y'all were starting y'all's documentary. We were talking about that. You were playing. First two games we went 2-0. And we play y'all third game. I saw you warming up. So I'm like, oh, me and my girl, we about to have a little battle. Me and my girl, we about to have a little battle. And the game plan wasn't what we thought. So your thoughts, your side, like talk me through like game one, game two, then game three, and the confusion that we all kind of had.
So just the whole thing, I don't think people realize like I played for Texas Elite back in 2021.
You
So
did.
the team wasn't quite new to me. The staff wasn't quite new to like I've been around everybody to experience them for a year. And some of them were my Team USA teammates too. So
Mm-hmm.
just choosing to come back, like I was content. I'm not gonna lie. And I think more people should speak up on their experiences, like good, bad,
Absolutely.
ugly. People should speak up because a lot of people are going through the same exact things as you.
Mm-hmm.
So 2021, I would say it wasn't the best experience for me personally.
Yeah.
Um, I just made a decision that I wasn't gonna come back.
Right.
And I was okay with that decision, but I also didn't play since then. It was just like it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was also content with me wanting to come back and play football. I was content with going somewhere else. I was already set going somewhere else, and then I got the call
We're friends.
that
All right. Don't say it. Don't say it. Go
yeah, I
ahead.
got the call. I got the call that they needed a quarterback because Bushman was retiring. And I sent the little eyes like, is that true? Is that a true story? Because like, like you never know. Like she's a great player. I didn't really
Yeah.
follow her much because I never was in the WNFC. I came over from the WFA, so I
Right.
wasn't really like I knew she was like a tremendous great quarterback and like stuff like that. So just hearing she retired and I'm just like majority of people like they'd be scared to be like, oh, like take me, I want to do the job.
Exactly.
Like I
Exactly.
was cool with not playing at Texas. It was just like someone called you and they made me feel like they wanted me to come in and just like take this head on. I was with
Yeah.
that. I was right here with people like
Exactly.
and to be that person that came in and wanting to show people like the dynasty will continue and
Right.
the
Right.
team is in great hands. Like I wanted to take that on and it took me a minute to just like grasp like let go of what happened in your previous experience and like give it another try and be all in and that's what I felt like I did. Going all through training camp, was two other quarterbacks, Michelle and Gomez.
Okay.
And from the rip, like we all had the crazy like normally, you get in these QB rooms and it's just like hostile and it's just like
Oh, baby, it's hot.
tension is crazy and it's
Oh, it's
just
hot.
like that's one thing I could say. It was never like that for us. Like we all just supported each other and we were all just like each other's fans
Okay.
and we had mutual respect. Like no matter who the coach goes with, like we're gonna make sure we make it our job to support the other. So it was like
That's
that
beautiful.
every practice. I
Yeah.
would still say it was like that every game. It was nothing ever personal towards the other QBs, but it was just, I'm told basically, I'm who she was going with for game one. So chances of me playing anywhere on any other side of the ball got shut down. Cause
Right.
that's my thing. Like I knew that I could be used several other
In
positions,
so
and I
many
was always like,
places.
"Hey, coach, look at me! Like you need
Right.
one." I'm raising my hand. And it's just like sick. Like, bro, you the quarterback. You can't do all that. And I'm just like, like.
Right.
But that was my whole thing. Like I could play anywhere on the field, but if you chose me to be your quarterback, um, that's what I expected to be.
To be. Exactly.
So I don't have nothing against nobody. I would just say that it's just a lot that led it. Like game two, I was honest. I was honest with my coach about. I felt like we all have those games where you just feel like you're just off.
Yeah.
So it was like the wind was blowing a lot. That's always been the thing for me. Like
Mhm.
I was psyched out. Like when as a quarterback, yeah, you got this little leather ball you're trying to control, and winds are going like this, and
Going
it's
crazy.
windy.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a lot that you need to get going as a QB. So
Hmm.
I was struggling with that, just like mentally. Like the wind is like blowing
Right.
crazy. Then I couldn't get a good grip on the ball. Like that's
Ooh,
my first year using those new footballs. So
yeah.
my grip was crazy. I forgot my gloves that game. I usually throw with a glove on. I forgot my gloves, so I'm trying to use somebody else's gloves. So a couple of my throws just like got away from me, and I was just telling
Right.
coach, like, I'm struggling to throw the ball right now. And I think that just got kind of like taken
Taken
out of
out of
context.
context. Yeah.
Some stuff was said to me that I didn't like. Um, I responded back probably in a way that I could have handled it differently, but it wasn't never meant to be like, I would say, disrespectful. It was
Right.
just, like a conversation you feel like you could have with your coach.
Exactly.
And as a QB of what you see and how you feel and stuff like that. So just moving on to the next game. Um, we had a conversation following the game, probably like 2 days later. I was voicing how I felt.
Yeah.
She was voicing how she felt. And I think that kind of what it was after that. It was just like,
Yeah.
I'm going with someone else the next game, and I expect you to like, respond like a champion and, have a good response to it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm there, like I said, I'm there to support
Yeah.
this girl the same way she supported me in the first 2 games. I
Mm-hmm.
pull up to the game. It was never said to me that I would not be playing at all.
Oh my
That's where it got kind of like, I felt like I thought on the sideline, like I felt like I thought I was like suspended.
God.
That's the
Right.
feeling I was getting, or like I didn't know. So just like, hearing afterwards, after talking to my coaches after the game, like, no, you were available to play on either side of the ball. So just like you just get upset as a competitor because it's just like
Yeah.
it's 1 versus 2.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for this game. Like and it's just like my number didn't get called, and I was just telling my teammates, and I was just telling, like other coaches on the team, like I don't ever want to make it about me.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just choose to just leave
Mm-hmm.
instead of making it about myself. But
Yeah.
even after then, like I had a conversation with another coach, and sometimes you need those people that reel you back in to pull you back down to earth, and
Mm-hmm.
your emotions and your brain might be going every other place. You just need that person to just like bring you back
Reel
center.
you in.
And
Exactly.
I had that conversation, and it was just like, you know what? You're right. I'm locking back in with my teammates. The game is over. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Perfect.
So,
Right. Got you.
I was on the team Zoom that night. Even after the game. I mean, after the Zoom, my coach hit me up like we need to have a conversation about what it looks like moving forward. Blah blah blah. Cool. I was like, can we have this conversation now? Like, I don't want to drag nothing out. But my brain already.
That is me.
So we
Let's have
talked.
it now. Let's talk now.
Yeah, we talked. It was just like I didn't like what was being said.
Uh,
I didn't like the future. Not I wouldn't say the future plans someone had for me, but it was just like I felt like you called me to do a job. I was open to doing whatever you needed me to do.
yeah.
Like if you told me you needed me to go catch a 50-yard bomb, it is nothing in my head that would tell me I would have ran through a brick wall to try to catch that 50-yard bomb. If you told me
Exactly.
you needed me to go play defense, I'd have did it. I would have did it. I was open to doing it at the beginning, and I think the fact that I was like just like confined to just you're the quarterback, you're not allowed
Mm-hmm.
to after game 2 kind of being like, nah, go do whatever. Like that, it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't sit right because it was just like you called me to come to the job.
Yeah.
I didn't I know everybody wants to play for Texas League, everybody wants to win. I'm okay with I've won before. I've won prior to joining Texas Elite also. So like I was okay with going to play for another team,
Right.
not
Which team? No, keep going.
which team? No, I wanted to be close to home, but I wasn't trying to be
Oh,
that close, like in Philly again.
oh,
I
I was
think
about to
I was
say,
talking
friend,
to.
They might could do something with you.
they done picked up this
No,
young lady. She might have
I know,
went crazy.
I was talking to Washington Prodigy though. Like that was close enough for. I just wanted my kids to see me play. Like that's what it was about for me. I just wanted to have fun playing football, getting back to enjoying the game again. So I was
Right.
content on probably like joining Washington.
Okay.
Um, So it's like but I got the call and it was just like I was here, willing and able, um, willing to be uncomfortable,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it was just like, to me, it was just like I believed in you as a coach, and I wanted that same respect back, and I didn't get that back, and that was enough for me to say, okay, like I love y'all, but I gotta take care of
You
me and
gotta
my mind first. Like,
you gotta put you first, Lucius. I
yeah, like
understand. We need a quarterback chronicles because baby, everything you done said, 99.9% of it we have lived. Okay. Oh Lord. Um
but like I said, it's no hard feelings. It was just like I was trying to
it's never.
gracefully like bow
Yeah.
out at the like right after the game. Like I don't want to make it about me, and that's what I was.
Yeah.
I'd rather just leave. Like just let me go. And then it was just like once you have another conversation, now it's just like it went from here to up
To
here, and it's
there
just
to oh my gosh.
like I'm
So
not like
what I do want to say is, for one, we as athletes, the league, we all respect you as an athlete and in your decision. I
hmm
think that's one thing when you're in this league and you play in this league. That's something you respect because we don't know these stories until people talk about these stories. But we've been put
right,
in these places to where people have us move and act and speak a certain way to where our story kind of gets shut down.
right.
Main reason for this type of platform because we want to give flowers, but we also want to be able to be real, baby.
Mhm.
We
And
we are in this
one thing
sport,
I would tell people like about Coach O, like we was considering each other family, so it was just
right?
like it was kind of like you got like a mom daughter relationship, and it's just like
Hmm.
when your parent is also your coach, and something goes wrong and you can't turn it off when you get in the house, or it's just like tension, and it's just like I don't want this relationship to turn like sour. I'd rather just
Exactly.
like I gotta go because I don't want to turn around and be like I hate you or you hate me or I dislike
Exactly.
you and you dislike me. So I was willing to be like, all right, cool. Like you don't see me as that anymore. Like I'ma just go because
Yeah.
I didn't really come here for that. Even though
Right.
I was willing and able to do it at a point in time, but you trusted me game one and game two. I don't understand. So I think it was more of like a trust thing. Like
Yeah.
if I questioned something, that was kind of like being considered as like disrespect instead of
Yeah.
like it's like I'm just having like an open dialect with you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just trying to show you where I come from
Where are you coming
or
from?
how I
Exactly.
feel, and I'm not trying to
Hmm.
overstep. I'm not trying to. So it was just like a little
Yeah.
that
A little
communication.
back and forth. A
Yeah.
little. Yeah. And
And
I
it was never
also.
meant to be disrespectful. So it was just I don't know. Like everybody would on my team, my teammates could tell you like I was one of the one that advocated for like everybody to feel like they're a part of the team or
Right.
everybody feel like they mean something like or like we need everybody. I was big on
Hmm.
that. Like, we need everybody.
Everybody, exactly.
That was
I
my
think
main
it gets
thing.
misconstrued sometimes because, like, you feel like you built these bonds and these relationships with people. So when you do feel like you can speak freely with them, and then it gets taken out of context, it's kind of like, dang, I gotta scale back. I thought we was here. I thought we was there, like enough to be able to have that type of banter. I don't like how it was kind of being written off as like I don't know. I think, like, of course, after that, the WNFC page went crazy. All these other outlets were talking about the game and all this stuff. And I hate how they tried to write it like you were never there. And
Yeah.
that bothers me because I'm like, the starting QB was 2-0. We not going to act like she never came. And it's no disrespect to Angel at all. Angel, to me, did an amazing job. I just
I thought
expected.
Angel played a great game. I thought the
She
game was
did.
won.
She
I
did.
thought she played great.
She did great. To me, in my opinion, she did great. Of course, we were
Mhm.
expecting you, but
Right.
even still, she stepped in. She did her thing. So no disrespect to Angel. I
Right.
think it's more so of the post and the people who are trying to spin it like you were never there. Like we're trying to. It's too celebrity for me to where people are trying to like change stories and swipe stuff under the
I feel
rug.
like
We are
that's
real
what caused
people.
me to start like I might respond to this comment or I might respond to that comment. That just like I was chilling about it. I was cool with it, and then it's just like now you get people that's just gonna try to Like, come on, it ain't
Finish.
really that. And then I
Yeah.
heard I was being bullied, and I'm just like, what?
What is
Talking
happening?
about
Right.
like bullied? Like, come on, like. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like those still my sisters. Like I love them,
Right.
and it's nothing. It was never nothing against them, and they know that.
Yeah, and
It's just
you can tell by
so
the post. One thing about it, when you in it, you in it. You know,
yeah.
all of the people I follow that play for Texas, they have supported you. They're like, we're gonna miss you. They wishing you the best. So you already know it's not malicious intent when people
You know,
wish you
I tell
well.
them all the time,
Period. Point
like,
blank.
don't worry about me. Y'all got a fucking job to do. Like, don't worry about me. Like, y'all need to lock back in. Do not worry about me. Like, finish.
Yes.
Like, y'all got a job to do. Like, seriously.
Now, was Bushman coming back surprising? Yes or no?
So, I don't, like, I would say this, like, I always was aware that she was on the roster. I don't know
Yeah.
who else it was made known to. I that's not my business. I don't know how that stuff works. In the front office or anything, or like teams have to know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I knew that she was always on the roster,
Right.
but I was unaware that it was a possibility that she would come back, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like
Yeah.
I knew her name, like I've heard her name. So
Yeah.
I knew she was there, but it was like I never in my million years would think like I don't know. I never would thought she would be actually coming back.
Right.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at all.
I think that we all were not surprised because I think most teams kind of do that, right? Like just like in college when you well, I think they wish they could do that in college when the seniors leave, they can keep them on a roster. With football, I think it's the same way. When you got vets that have been a part of the program, they keep them on the roster. Cool. I think we expected her to come back after that game, but I think still the same. Like when have this elaborate little going away and she's retiring. I did all of these articles and stuff like that. I would think it's a reason for that because you're actually stepping away. Um, and then the double edged side of that too is, if you've said you were done with football or retired from football before, you find a way back to this very sport for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know. It was a strategic move to bring her back. My personal opinion, I don't know if yeah, I'm just
Like I've heard her name before. Like whether that was just something floating around with our team, I don't know. But I
yeah,
was aware. I just wasn't aware that she would actually be playing this year, and I didn't hear until like I already my decision was made when I walked off the field at Mississippi.
yeah,
It was just a matter of just like talking to a coach and trying to like recenter myself and refocus like okay, I'm locked back in. But I already was in my head, I was just like nah, like no, ain't no way, like no, like I was upset. So it was never I never got a call that said Bushman was coming back from that game to when I decided to post I never was warned that she was actually being bought back.
yeah.
um
Do you think that's gonna
I saw it on
make
social media.
a difference in how the season was already progressing?
I felt like we had enough to win. No shade to her or anything like that. Everybody knows
No, zero
who she
shade.
is.
Yeah,
I felt like if that was 1 versus 2, I felt like even if I wasn't in at quarterback, I felt like Michelle Angel did enough to put our team in position offensively to actually, like have a great game. Our defense has their ups and downs, but they stood tall too.
absolutely. It was a great fall game. I will say, like,
Yeah.
when it comes down to the last minutes, baby, it was a great game because
It was like
nobody
I probably,
knew.
on the
Nobody
sidelines. It
knew.
was like watching a movie. I was like, "Ain't no way!" Like somebody hit the Buffalo Wild Wings button. Like this is going to overtime. I was like, "Yo, she got to stop her to get that." I think it was a pick 9. We was up by 8 at the time. I was like, "Oh my god, they about
hmm
to be up 1." So then just seeing y'all, like score the touchdown, I was like, "Wow, this is some shit out of movie."
It was
I
crazy. And
said,
then she walked it
"These
down. Y'all had a
motherfuckers."
minute 50. She walked that whole down. I was like, oh my God, these bitches
Oh
got a
no.
kicker.
I said,
Oh Lord, help me, Jesus.
these
It
motherfuckers
was
going for 3 for the win. Ain't no. I was like, yo, this really some movie. You feel yourself sweating on the sideline. Then you see y'all get the conversion. I'm just like, ain't no
It was
way.
insane. Like insane. I don't think I've seen a football game, played in a football game, been a part of a football game better than what happened
But
last
then
Saturday.
even seeing Michelle go down, I'm so locked into the game. They calling me. I'm just locked in. Like they like sick. I'm like, oh shit. But it's nothing you could tell me. It's nothing nobody could tell me like going out there at the game like, oh, I wasn't about to win this game. I already
Right.
knew what it was. That was what was in
Right.
my head. I was like, yeah, like I'm about to go from zero to hero again. Like seriously, like that was my thought process, and it was just like, damn, like part of me wished like I wish I was given an opportunity. Like I've
Yeah.
never been a part of no championship game like that where I had to experience what people experience all the time, which is just being on the sideline. I've never been
Yeah.
a part of that like since I started playing football. So
Yeah.
it was a humbling experience, but it was also an experience to make myself feel like that's not why you return to the game. Like
Exactly.
I wanted to play and get myself enjoying, and when it becomes too much of just like I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
I just rather just bow out because I don't want to seem like I'm selfish. So
Respectfully, I get that though.
I
I
rather
get
y'all
that. When
just
you're a dog,
continue.
you're an athlete, you feel like you are a game changer.
Once we
Okay?
get
So when you
older, I don't want to waste my time just like being on the
Mhm.
sideline. Like I want to if I'm going to experience my last few years that I think I am playing, I'll probably play like another 2 years. I'll say that.
Right.
I want to go out swinging with a bang. I want my body to be like, "Nah, you're done." Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
give it y'all. So just sitting on the side, it just wasn't for me.
Okay. I get that. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hop around it too much longer, but I do want to ask about the culture. Like, what's the culture like playing for Texas in that environment with that coaching staff, with the players? What's the culture like?
It's I would say it depends on the mindset you come in with. So coming from Team USA, I
Uh-huh.
would say it was kind of like the same. Like it's just like everybody's supposed to be on their shit. You're
Yeah.
supposed to know what you're doing. Ain't no time for no slacking. Like a coach say something, you do it. Ain't no like I would say it feel like it's elite. It's elite. It's like army, but it's elite.
So
And you
like
gotta
a army
respect
elite.
it. You gotta respect it because it's just like they do certain things. They do stuff certain ways for a reason, and it's just
Yeah.
like that works for them. It might not work for everybody, but that's what works for them. So,
Right.
um, I do feel like as changes, certain things have to change as well,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's where things got kind of cloudy at. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I. But
No, that
playing
was
like
perfect.
it's elite. It's elite. It's top notch. You get everything. You get spoiled. You really. It's hard work, but they make you also feel like you're loved.
Yeah.
They got your back. You're expected to have their back. You're expected to carry yourself a certain way on and off the field, social media. So it's top of the line. It's top of the
Okay.
line from programs I've ever been in. Top of the line with Boston. I would say
I
that.
like that. I like that. And it makes sense. Both of them have a rap sheet of winning. So
Hmm.
for that structure, it works for them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So since the theme of this season is balling in love, Sick, are you dating? Are you single? Oh,
Oh, she feeling shit,
I
baby.
mean, that one took off the
Yo,
screen.
because that question was so random. Like,
It was. It's a part of the season. Balling in love.
yes, I'm taken off the market. Sorry, everybody. Let me get that out there before I
the
get
people
killed.
the people wanted to know, so you are taken.
Yes,
Okay, beautiful thing. But what is it like? Okay, let's ask this first. Is this person an athlete or regular day to day? We work, we business, whatever we do.
no, they are not an athlete. Thank God.
Not an athlete. Thank
Thank
God.
Thank
God.
God.
Talk about it, friend. Why are we
You
thankful
just
to the
feel like
Lord?
the world, like especially the football world, it's just so small. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather just date a normal young lady that's just not in the mix. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who this person. They don't know. It's just like
They
out of
just
sight, out
support
of
you.
mind. They don't know nobody. They're not seen. Nobody sees them like
Right.
that, and that just works for us. So
That's good. Have you dated in the football world?
nope.
Okay, that took a little pause,
Right.
friend. That's
Yep.
all right.
I ain't got no exes. Oh.
Say less. Say less. We ain't putting nobody on the chopping block. But this is for the girls, who dating and maybe they trying to figure it out. So I like that you said it works better for you to date somebody outside of football.
You looking for a
Um
single? Just go to 9 Cup Weekend. They all be
oh,
there.
and I was gonna ask advice. So
All
that's
be
your
there.
advice. The advice Sick is telling y'all of y'all single, go to 9 Cup Weekend. it's a
They
it's
all be
a
there. Pick one.
it's,
I am
it's
a
definitely gonna be a lot. The people will be out.
Not the 9 Cup.
I mean, that's equivalent to what, like All-Star Weekend in the NBA. It's
And
the
the
same.
NBA, exactly.
It might
It's
be
the
a
same
speed
thing.
date.
A WNFC speed dating would be insane. Oh gosh,
Then or the 20 versus 1. That would be crazy. That would be funny. I think that would be
that
funny.
would be
Oh my God.
hilarious. Good notes. I'll add that in there.
You heard it here first. There you
Look,
go.
right. Look. Let's add that in the notes. Okay. So we're gonna end this off. We're gonna play a little game.
Right.
Thank you so far. This has been amazing. So the game is called Hate It or Love It. I'm just gonna say a word associated with football, whether it's drip, game time, or something random, and you tell me if you hate it or love it. Okay. So
Okay.
first things first, let's go with the drip. Sleeves, arm sleeves or leg sleeves.
Arm sleeves, love it. Leg sleeves, hate it.
Ooh, I hate both of them.
I
All
think
right.
it depends on. I
I
think it
need both
depends on
of
your
them.
position. Like
It does.
DBs, you bare legs make you look taller. Throw a little arm sleeves on there. That's cool. But leg sleeves, I don't know. I'm more of a either tights, scrunch socks all the way up, but nothing, no gaps in between. I don't really like that.
No gaps.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, what about since we are sponsored, Adidas cleats?
I love it. I feel
Okay.
I wish they came with a little more, but I love it. I love it. I
They
love whoever's pouring into us. You gotta love it. So I love it.
okay.
Okay.
I
I
like
like
that
that
response.
answer.
I like that response. All right, wearing visors.
Love it. I don't know why the league is hating. They hating, man. The
Hating
refs is
bad.
hating.
Love a good visor. They hating bad on that.
Definitely drip.
All right, playing wise, let's talk about the wrist coach.
Hate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like it just limits people from their maximum, like what they can actually learn and have to
Mhm.
learn and to like be a professional. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not okay to have one. I'm saying to solely rely on just a risk coach is just not. I
It's
don't
not
think
gonna
that.
be,
Yeah,
yeah. You're not gonna be productive that way. I agree.
yeah.
Away games.
I love it.
Me too. I've
I
always liked
love
away
it.
games.
So
Yeah.
especially the ones that are like in those hostile environments, like
Uh
yeah, I want to get booed and I want fans to
huh.
talk crazy and somebody saying they're gonna whip your ass after the game. I love it. I love it all. Like I feel like
What's the
that makes
most
you
hostile environment you played in?
uh probably DC
Okay, it makes
back
sense
in the
because
day.
all they do is like yappa yappa
Yeah, they want to
yappa.
fight. It's just I'm talking about the old DC, like DC divas like
Divas.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm
Whew,
here.
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, what about playing people you know? So playing when you play teams with people on it that you cool with, you speak to.
I love it. I think it
Okay.
gives people a chance to like, you know, talk that talk and be like, yeah, we friends, but I gotta bust your ass. Like, I like it. I wish it was more of that instead of like, oh, I can't talk to you. Like, no,
Yeah.
talk.
I will say I do hate when people feel like we gotta do all of this extra to play, baby. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
hey to you on the field and still be like, girl, I'm still gonna eat your ass up.
yeah. You gotta know
So
how to turn it off when the
you
game over.
got to.
Like,
Yeah, that's
love it
that's
though.
that's what it is. You
Yeah,
gotta learn how to turn it on and turn it off.
yeah.
Um And how do we feel about the new rules? 3 points, 9 point play.
Um, I don't like the 9 points if it's not an interception. Like a scoop and score, that like I don't like that. Like a fumble recovery and like no. An
Yeah.
interception, that's cool. The
Okay.
1, 2, or 3, it depends what end of the stick you on. Like if you already getting blown out, somebody going for 3, it's just like, all right, come on now. Like,
You doing too much.
but if you need 3 to win the game, like that, I like it. I like it. It was just like, oh shit, like yeah.
It put the pressure on you. It put the pressure on you.
I still can't believe I went. Yeah, like your coach got some fucking balls. Like say, yo,
Well,
they going for the win. Do y'all not understand this? Like they're going for the win. They're not going to tie.
well, I'm gonna tell you one thing about it, friend. That's why we got to get on this show and believe nothing, because them coaches would have tied that game up. It went into OT. Love y'all to death. Y'all know I do. They would
Oh,
have tied that game up.
the
I
players
was
would have been.
like, I said, friends, I want to win. I can't do overtime. Baby, these knees, they're
Y'all was
tired.
so
We've been here a long time. Back hurting.
That's
I can't
respect.
do it overtime. I got to go for the win, baby. All or nothing.
But that's respect for y'all to come together and then say what you guys want to do as a team,
Yeah.
and just the coach is going with it, and then y'all look.
And that was dope. I will say, because sometimes you say that and the coaches be like, girl, get out my face. But they trusted that and was like,
But
shit, let's
that's
do
but
it.
that's how
That's
you
balls.
truly win as a team and lose as a team, because it's just like it's everybody's decision. Everybody on the same
Exactly.
page. Nobody's feeling like we should be doing this and not
Yeah.
that, and that I like it. I like that a lot.
It was a collective. It was still crazy. I still can't. I haven't stopped thinking about that game yet. All right, prep. What about weight training? Do we like to get in the weight room, the gym?
um, so I'm a late bloomer. I always hated lifting weights. I hated it in college. I hate it to this day. I do think it's needed. I don't know how much, but I do think it's needed. But I would say I hate it. I hate it. That's just me. That's just a personal thing. I'm not one that live in the gym like everybody.
Right. No,
I like to be
everybody's scale is up and down, baby. I can tell you, we all up and down with that
maybe
one.
because I always just been bigger. I just never like I didn't want to get in the gym and be all cut up like a man. I never was with that. So yeah, I never was with that. But
Okay, this is an AI question. How we feel about practice?
I love it. I would say that. I love
Okay.
competing. So I love taking that to my teammates. Like I don't care who you are, like bitch, you gotta see me or you can't fuck with me like that. Just like bringing different elements out in my teammates, like that they didn't know they had, or like when somebody come at you, what you gonna do back? You just
What
gonna
you
take
going
it or you gonna
exactly?
respond like so practice is just like I love practice. You get to see shit you would never see. I love it. I love practicing. So
Okay. And what about game interviews? Most of the time they talk to us with post game, so post game interviews.
mhm. I love it. I think we should do more. I think we should even go as far as doing like halftime. Like
Yeah,
pulling the player to the side, getting their thoughts, pulling the coach to the side, getting their thoughts and what they need to do better and improve on. I just think it just opens. It's just more ways to get people out there and just see how they think and just.
exactly. Bring them
I'm
to the
for it.
city, kind of get to know the players, and then like give us that professional feel.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
like
that.
it.
All right, your last few are miscellaneous. How do you feel about first dates?
Uh, first dates. I guess like weird. Like that's weird. That it depends. I love first dates. I love going on dates. I don't know. I love it. It just
Okay.
depends. Like I don't like first dates that feel like you're on an interview.
True.
Like no. Like I'm not all about like I need to be relaxed. I need to be comfortable. I want to always do something fun. I think going to dinner is boring. And just like expected. Like that's just the norm. For
Okay.
first date. I just want to do something different. But I like it. I like it.
Okay, love it. Okay, what about partying and going out?
Hate it.
Oh, so you're a homebody.
I'm a grandma. I like I can't hang with my friends. They too turned up. They too turned up. I coach and go to bed. I do not be outside.
Oh man. Okay, so I feel like from the away games question, I got an answer for this one. But what about traveling?
Traveling, like as a travel player, I hate it.
Ooh.
I hate it.
Okay.
I just feel like it's a lot mentally. When you just even being in Texas, just like this year, winning the game, and then you look up, it ain't nobody there for you. Like
Yeah.
that would, no matter how good you feel about your win, that's gonna crush you. It's gonna hurt. Um,
Yeah.
Fortunate enough, my girlfriend was there for my first game, and my cousin pulled up, so that was cool. But game two, when I was struggling, you ain't
And
got
you were by
nobody looking the
yourself.
stands to like just be like, yo, it's gonna be okay. Like it's gonna be cool. Like it's cool hearing it from your teammates, a coach maybe, but just like having that support in the stands, like trying to look for somebody that you familiar with, that's hard. Um,
Yeah.
I would say that, and it's just taxing on your body. Flight, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Then you gotta travel, like, and then you got it was a lot. It was a lot. I wouldn't have it no other way. Like I enjoyed my time as it was, but I don't know if I could be that far of a travel player, I would say, ever again.
All right. And last question. Because we do so much traveling, well, how do we feel about eating out?
Oh, I love it. I'll eat. You know, I'm 5'10", 220. I'm gonna eat some food. Like I'm trying everything.
Me as well. I feel you, friend, because I'm a food girl. I would travel. I went to Philly to try Philly before I even played y'all out there. I was like, I gotta try Philly from Philly. I would
Yes.
travel for food. I will say.
Yeah, I'm eating everything. Ain't gotta worry about me.
Well, I want to say, Sick, I am more than appreciative for you coming on the podcast today and this amazing interview. I cannot wait. We'll start. We'll start kind of promoting and giving details about stuff soon. I think you did awesome. Do you have anything you want the girls to know?
Uh, no, I just want to say thank you to y'all too as well. Like people need this platform, and I just want to reiterate how like everybody goes through similar experiences, and there's nothing wrong with like talking about it or voicing your
Right.
opinion, and people feeling like you should be quiet. And we're all grown ass women at the end of the day. Like
Literally.
talk about it, get it out, get those feelings out. Don't go around like with any animosity or hating or get that shit out how you feel and just move on. Like move on how you move on. Like you
Exactly.
want to tell your story, tell your story. If you don't,
Tell
then
it.
don't. Like, but we all going through it together. Wins, losses, ups, downs. Like
Mm-hmm.
we all here together, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be like more platforms for people like that to just want to just talk, even if it's just a conversation. Just talk. Just have
Right.
somebody to talk to that's going through the same. We're in this little world by ourselves. Ain't nobody else. Ain't no other women's football worlds. All these other sports that
All. Mm-hmm.
women's tackle football is small. We all in it together though. So
Exactly. So y'all heard it here, baby. If y'all need to tell y'all story, if y'all need to vent, get off your chest, baby. Come on here to believe nothing. Where listen, to be honest, you don't have to believe nothing. But we're gonna get it out. We're gonna talk about it. So again, we thank you so much for joining us today. We are looking forward to seeing what you have next in your endeavors. We will be shouting you out, showing you all the love. Thank you again on this beautiful day. And
stay
we are out.
tuned. I will be back. Stay
We
tuned.
will be back.
Stay tuned.